what to do when you don't know. Another working title, and I'll tell you the story behind it, is called You Are Here. And they're kind of about the same thing, and they're both about not sitting on the fence. So all feeds together. So You Are Here came out of a workshop I got to participate in, a guest appearance here at the church a couple years ago of Lee Carroll, who's a guy that channels an entity called Cryon. And it's always amazing to me. I'm not a big channel person, and I've got all of these wonderful teaching tools that came out of channels I've listened to. So, go figure. Maybe I should pay more attention to them. But Lee Carroll's one of these guys that was the ultimate left-brain engineer, corporate person, and got hooked into attending some stuff with the channel, and came home and told his wife, I don't get this, but I've been told I'm supposed to channel spray paint. Oh, Cryon, whatever. But one of the books that has come out of his work is called The Journey Home. And it's one of those hero's journey myths that serve us so well. They always tell the same story, and we always get something we need to hear out of them. So in this one, his hero is making his way through this dream landscape on a path through territory he's never been in before. And he visits a series of houses, each of them a different color, each of them with a resident angel that brings him a different gift for the journey. And the first house he stops in, the gift from the angel, is this scroll. And he thinks, thank God it's a map. I really need a map. I've never been in this territory. I'm not sure I like it here. Now I've got a tool that'll tell me where I'm going, what's going on. So he leaves that house, back on the trail, all excited, opens the scroll, and the darn thing's blank. Just blank. He's like, well, But he's staring at it, and the longer he stares at it, he starts to realize, no, it's not totally blank. There is a little red X. Okay, so it's not blank. What's this X about? And the longer he stares at it, he sees that next to this X form the words, you are here. This is great. So it is a map, but so what? I've got a blank parchment with you are here. Rolls it back up, keeps going on the path. And he's a little concerned because along with not being clear on where he's going on this path, he's also got sounds in the distance behind him of something that doesn't sound so pretty good. Some monster snurfling, snuffling thing behind him. Your basic shadow energy, you know, all these myths have them. Nobody wants him to catch up with him. And there he is with this guy behind him. So he's farther along the path, and he's hearing the monster some more, and he's getting a little bit more concerned. And he comes to a fork in the road. Now he's really in trouble because he doesn't know which fork to take. So, in desperation, he opens the map again, and, well, there's a little more information. There's the picture of the road he's on, and the fork, and the X, and you are here. Great. So, which way? Come on! And the noise is getting louder. And standing there, really being frustrated, really being angry, really wondering what the heck he's supposed to do, he gives the map one more try, and this time the map tells him, printed out next to the X, you are here, and there's a monster behind you, and you better take the left path. Great, an answer. So he takes the left path, and he arrives at the next house ahead of the monster, and the story progresses from there. So why am I telling this? Well, I'm telling it because we all are here. We all have this internal map with its own red X that says, you are here. But not necessarily much more in any given moment. teachings inside that lecture from long, long ago was the human substitute for faith is planning. Okay. This is not to say plans aren't okay. I mean, yeah, we're good at making them. We need to make them. This is a human activity. It's okay. But we put all of our faith in the plan because we've constructed it so we don't have to think about how we really don't know what may happen in the next moment or the next. So I want to invite us to be kind of in between those two. Have your plan and have the space to allow your internal map to say, take the left path. Tell you another story. This one's a fact. This one happened to me. And I was figuring it out. This is probably 25 years ago. Life passes, okay? We used to have, my ex-husband and I used to have this habit. About once a month we would make a pilgrimage to Albuquerque. He's a blacksmith. The candlestick, the lectern, those are his work. And there were things that he could only get in Albuquerque back then. And he would plan once a month to make this run to his material supplier and his tool supplier and his machine shops and repair shops and so on. And we'd make a day of it, and I'd put some things on the list of a couple of stores that I wanted to stop at. And then always part of it was to decide on a restaurant for lunch so that it became a day instead of a chore. And this one particular time we had decided on a restaurant that we hadn't been to before. It was nothing fancy, but it was new and different for us. And we knew exactly where it was from the freeway. You'd see it on the freeway as you passed it. There it was, no problem. But when it came time to go to lunch, we weren't on the freeway. We were on a street that we weren't often on. We were over at a furniture store looking at club chairs. Guess whose list that one was on? And we come out of the furniture store, we get in the truck, we get out of the parking lot, and we realize we don't have a clue how to get to that restaurant from where we are. And yeah, it would have been smart to actually stop inside the furniture store and ask to use their yellow pages. Would have been smart to stop in the parking lot and say, oops, we don't have a clue. But we're out driving, okay? And then the next smart thing might have been to stop at a 7-Eleven on a corner and look at a yellow pages. Guess whose idea that was? He was driving. And what happened instead of any of those was that as we're bombing down the street, not knowing where we're going, all of a sudden he hauls on the wheel, makes a right turn. Fairly dangerous right turn based on traffic and where we were in it and so on. Just a right turn onto this side street that neither of us had ever been on before. What the heck is going on? And he didn't know either. You know, we turned to each other and say, why are we doing this? And then about 3 blocks ahead of us, where the street dead-ended in the freeway, is the sign for the restaurant that we wanted to go to. Okay, now what happened? What happened was, the monster's behind you. You better make the right, in this case, right turn. And this wasn't anything urgent. This wasn't life-changing in the sense that if we hadn't found the restaurant, we would have gone and looked in a phone book. We would have given up on that restaurant and